Hello, this is JM83, and it's another episode of the Pierre Gasly Career Mode on F1 2016. And as you can see, for the first time, I'll be switching up to ultimate difficulty. So, if you thought the career mode was a bit too easy because I'm battling at the front of your race, then think again because it's ultimate difficulty now. So it will be actually be quite a bit of a challenge. And here we have Chris telling us about some upgrades, giving us a sheet of paper, and I think it's going to be an engine upgrade for the Toro Rosso. So it's making it it's a second out of 5, and it makes it quite a good in a straight line now, so we should be strong going into the Belgian Grand Prix, and then next week the Italian Grand Prix as well. But then, as you can see on the left, about 4 different manufacturers have all upgraded their cars quite a lot, and that's shaken up the order. So Red Bull are now the fastest, and Renault have jumped up into the midfield, which is quite surprising. So onto the track acclimatization test, and it was heavy rain in first practice, which always makes it a bit of a challenge. And I lose the back end through Blanchard on quite a high speed there, which is a pretty scary moment. But then it looks like it's going to be a purple score just about, with only 2 greens and 1 red, and that should be enough for the 50 resource points for the Toro Rosso, that we can keep upgrading it. And yep, there we go. And onto the qualifying sim, coming through Blanchimont. It's in practice 2 now, so it's a dry weather session, which makes it much easier to get the purple score rather than heavy rain, which is always a bit difficult. So we're about a tenth down at this point into the bus stop chicane, and we brake very late and gained about 2/10 on the delta, and that is very nice indeed. That should be just about good enough for a green score, maybe not purple, but yeah, 30 resource points for us there. That's all I can manage, so that takes us to 159 in total. And we get a new rival.
Everyone's talking about this new rival you have. Check his stats out.
And that's going to be Max Verstappen, which is a bit of a pain because we're in ultimate difficulty now, which so it's going to be very difficult to actually keep up with Red Bulls, whereas before I'd battle with them pretty much every race. But here we have into qualifying for the first run in qualifying, and it's quite early in the session, so there's not really time set so far. But coming down towards the line, where's it going to put me? And it's currently 3rd fastest, ahead of Nico Rosberg, interestingly. But by the end of the session, it's dropped me down to 7th. Checking flags now, I'm a bit down on my time anyway. And then coming through the bus stop chicane, there's a yellow flag out, and there's 2 cars going very, very slow. It's Hamilton and Ericsson, I think that was, on the racing line. I'm not sure what they're doing, but that is definitely written off this lap. And that's going to leave me in 7th place for the Belgian Grand Prix, unfortunately. So not that good, but we'll move on anyway. So 7th place. Yeah, ultimate difficulty, that's probably where it should be. So it will make it more interesting. But into the results then, Verstappen on pole. As you can see, Hamilton, Raikkonen that is, have both got 5th place grid penalties, so I'll actually be 6th on the grid. But so Verstappen on pole from Rosberg and Ricciardo, Massa with a strong showing in 4th, then it'll be Vettel and myself. And then at the bottom of the grid, Palmer and Magnussen both with 5th place penalties as well, so a lot of penalties going around. Let's get into the race.
The 48 races held at Spa between 1950 and 2015, the race winner has only started from pole position on 16 occasions. Qualifying yesterday may have set the order for today, but expect the unexpected here at the Belgian Grand Prix. As the saying goes, of course, anything can happen. And you know what? It usually does.
So race strategy then, it's going to be a 2-stop race, and as you can see, it's forecast to rain right at the end of the session. So that will make it very interesting as to what we do at the end of the race. But now to the start of the race, 5 red lights, and away we go for the Belgian Grand Prix. Very good launch compared to Vettel alongside, and Massa ahead. And that's going to put me in 4th place before the braking zone, and someone at the inside of Ricciardo. And we're going to be side by side on the exit, Ricciardo and myself, the 2 Toro Rosso, former Toro Rosso driver Ricciardo, and then currently myself. And it looks like it's going to be side by side going towards Eau Rouge. This is going to be tasty. Side by side we go, and it's very, very close. And there's not any contact. I corner cut slightly, but he goes wide as well, so that was very, very close to make a massive contact and a retirement for Ricciardo and myself if we'd have made contact there. But luckily we managed to get out of it unscathed and move up into 3rd place, which is a very, very good start from 6th on the grid. But Verstappen still leads from Nico Rosberg, and I'm in 3rd place, which is a good start. Now on to the end of lap 2 this is, and as you can see ahead, Rosberg and Verstappen are going side by side through Blanchimont. That's going to cost him a lot of time. Rosberg is still alongside. He's going to try and take the lead off Max Verstappen, and they're costing each other so much. I've closed up loads in the braking zone alone, and now we're right behind him. We could even challenge for the lead here onto lap 3. Verstappen, Rosberg and myself set consecutive fastest laps, so just shows the benefit of slipstream on this game, if anything. And then DRS is now enabled, so that will help as we come up to the top of the Eau Rouge. It's only about an alternate strategy, but I don't care at this point. So Rosberg is right behind Max Verstappen. It's going to be very, very close down the Kemmel Straight for the third time in the race, and we get a very good exit off Eau Rouge and Radion, and Rosberg goes for the wheel with Verstappen. I get DRS, go for the wheel with the pair of them, take the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. Verstappen is sitting duck in third place now, Rosberg right behind, and that is the lead taken for Pierre Gasly in the Belgian Grand Prix, I should say. Now let's look at a replay of the start, and 5 red lights and away, and Vettel just bogs down to no end. I get a good start, straight ahead between the Ferrari and Williams, up into 4th, and 7 at the inside of Ricciardo. Verstappen and Rosberg get away cleanly from the front row. There's a bit of a carnage in the midfield, but not sure what's going on there. Then here's the side-by-side action at the top of the screen. Myself and Ricciardo, that was so close to contact. We leave each other space, a lot of respect between the two of us, both in the Red Bull family. Then here it is from Daniel Ricciardo's point of view, and he gets a decent launch compared to the front two of Rosberg and Verstappen, but then I 7 up the inside. He has to leave me space down around the inside of the La Source hairpin. He gets a very nice exit, but I'm still there. I switch to the inside for the Eau Rouge, and then this is where the closest bit of racing happens, and that is incredibly, incredibly dangerous to go side by side there. And I do feel a bit bad that I didn't get the position back, but he had no speed anyway, so I would have been like 6th place if I go back. Here's Vettel, and he just doesn't get away at all well. You can see I immediately jump him. I'm surprised he doesn't get jumped by Alonso, I think that is in the mirror, and the Williams on the other mirror as well. But then you might be able to see up the road myself and Ricciardo going incredibly close up Eau Rouge, and it's a miracle there wasn't a crash, I'll be honest. There you go, the wheels almost touch there at the bottom, and then up the top it's side by side still, but then Ricciardo loses all his momentum, Vettel gains it all. He goes 3 wide with the Williams of Bottas and Ricciardo, takes back 4th place after his pretty awful start, and that is not too bad from Sebastian Vettel to get back into 4th after bottling his start quite a bit. And now onto lap 4, and Rosberg and Verstappen are applying the pressure a lot. I ride the curve a lot into the final sector of lap 4, and I think I'm going to be pitting this lap because the tyres are very, very on the last legs at this point. Rosberg looks like he might shape up and move into the bus stop chicane, but hopefully I can avoid that happening because I want to pit, so we need the cleanest run into the pits that we can, and that it will be made cleaner if Rosberg doesn't try and overtake me, which he doesn't, luckily, and coming into the pit lane with 70% tyres, so pretty a safe call to come into the pits there. Just about avoid the wall. Rosberg and Verstappen have followed me in just behind, brake for the line, and there we go. Pitting in for the first time of 2. Carlos Sainz is also in the pits, so I might have screwed it a bit by pitting, but I'm sure we'll get over it. Now we're pitting onto medium tyres. I think Rosberg and Sainz might be pitting onto softs, so that's something to watch out for in the late in the race. We get quite a big lead over them, and we're going to come out in traffic of slower cars who are started on harder tyres, so they can go further into the race. So it goes Hulkenberg up into 4th. Verline's going to go past me into 5th for the time being, so that isn't very good that we have a Manor going to hold us up for a bit, unless we can dispose of him very quickly. And now up Eau Rouge, just behind Verline, he gets a bit of an oversteer, go right past him, get a really, really good exit, and straight up back into 5th place ahead of Pascal Verline. And Rosberg is about quite a long way back at this point, so as much time as we can gain here will become vital. But now alongside Hulkenberg into a Puon, I think this is, and we go round the outside. This will be a lovely move if it comes off, but no, Hulkenberg defends quite well, but then goes wide in the second part of it, and then we go up into 4th place again. Now it's Rio Haryanto is ahead of me, of all people, in 3rd place currently, but I'm in 4th. Rosberg is about 8th, I think, so it'll be good if we can hold him behind. Here's Pascal Verline a few laps later, and there's Verstappen ahead of him trying to overtake someone, and wow, that is a massive engine blow up, and Max Verstappen is now out of the race. You can see Verline is holding up Rosberg and Vettel at this point, but that is a very, very shocking turn of events for Max Verstappen, who's now out of the race. He's my new rival. But now onto lap 7, focusing on myself, we have Rio Haryanto, who's the next car to get past, and we get 7 up the inside. Much more confidence in the car since we have a much better car than him, and he's going to pee onto the pits as well, so we'll get back up into 2nd. Only Jenson Button is ahead of me now on lap 7. He's going to be pitting very soon. Set the fastest lap while we're at it, and here he is, Jenson Button actually, and it's a right rear puncture, so this is on the same lap. I think this is lap 8 or 9, and Button has a puncture, so we're going to take the lead. So that is a very, very unlucky for Jenson, but strong result, a strong showing for me, because that's up back up into the lead for Pierre Gasly. And now onto lap 11, Rosberg has closed the gap back that he lost in the traffic after the stop, so we've got to try and defend for him now. Onto lap 12, halfway through the race at this point, and Rosberg is right behind. He's going to have much better time because he's in a Mercedes, which is a better car, and he has better tyres at this point. The only thing I've got going for me is got better tyre wear probably. But now Rosberg has a good traction out of La Source, and he's going to be looking to go side by side once again up Eau Rouge, and this is going to be very, very spicy. And that is an almost contact there. Both track extend, but it's okay. And now I reclaim the place by undercutting him a bit. Here's a replay of just how close it was, and look at that. You could fit like a pencil between us for that close. We both go wide, we both track extend a bit, so I think it's fair game that I reclaim the lead. But lap 15, I'm going to be pitting onto soft tyres. Rosberg has already pitted a few laps ago, pitting at the end of this lap. I reckon Rosberg will have undercut us because he pitted about 2 or 3 laps ago, and it's a very long circuit around here, so the undercut is very powerful. So unfortunately, we probably will lose the lead. But second place is still pretty good showing currently, with only 6 or so laps to go. But the clouds have started descending, so looks like rain is forecast very, very soon. And that is a 2.1 second pit stop, which isn't too bad at all. Bottas is the fastest lap in 3rd place in a minute. So yeah, Rosberg is going to go back into the lead. I'm going to come out in 2nd, just ahead of Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton, who have been battling for a while. But onto lap 18 now, and the rain has started to fall. And since it's Belgium and the heavens can open at any given moment, and it's an incredibly long lap, so if you don't make the call right, you lose a hell of a lot of time. I'm going to take the gamble and pit onto a set of intermediate tyres now. Try and maybe even take the lead back off Rosberg, and like we are just hoping so much for it to start lashing it down with rain right now, so that Rosberg and co lose a lot of time on this lap. And it's the Belgian Grand Prix, anything can happen. So hopefully this is the perfect time to pit onto Inters and make the advantage count over the top 3 cars. But Perez is going to go past as well, but I think we come out in 6th place, or 5th place I should say. And yeah, hopefully this is a good gamble, because it is definitely a gamble. It's not raining enough yet, but hopefully it just starts lashing it down with this lap, so I could just make up the gap to Rosberg and maybe undercut him and take the lead. So up Eau Rouge for the first time in his Inters is very, very scary, up on a new set of weather conditions and tyres, and we immediately go wide at Radion, but it's fine, we don't lose too much time. And now onto the end of lap 19, the same lap, and it is now just about wet enough for intermediates, so the gamble maybe paid off if it was about 20 seconds later, but unfortunately Rosberg is just coming out the pits now, and he's still going to have the lead. I'm going to come out in 2nd place once again. So it wasn't a massive loss because we're still in the same position, but we've just lost about 5 or so seconds to Rosberg. And Hamilton is now in 3rd, so the focus mainly is now going to be trying to hold off Lewis Hamilton, which is always a daunting task to try and do, since he's probably one of the best drivers on the grid. So on to lap 21, only 1 lap after this to go, and through P1 I think this is, I've said that for about 3 different corners, but we go wide and Hamilton's going to send one up the inside. I'm going to try and defend it, and we hold it around the outside of Stabilo. And that's the second nail given to this corner, but we managed to hold it up the inside of Lewis Hamilton, side by side, through a very unconventional part of the track. He's still there, around the corner with no name, I think this is. And we ride the curve a bit, but managed to get the exit. And so lap 21, we still have the position over Lewis Hamilton, about 10 seconds to Rosberg now, so absolutely no chance of winning unless he has a problem. But now onto the final corner, final lap I should say, and we've only got a few corners to go. Hamilton is right behind, we held him behind for this long so far. Ride the curve, get out of shape of it on the exit, down towards Bonchimon for the final time. Hamilton goes for a move up the inside. I'm going to try and hold it around the outside, but then switch back, do the inside line to Bonchimon, brake late, force him wide. I go wide as well, so take 2nd place back reasonably forcefully. Rosberg has won. We managed to reclaim 2nd place through the 2nd to last corner from Lewis Hamilton. He loses a lot of time, so 2nd place is safe for now. And down towards the line we come for the best result, joint best result of the season, and it's another 2nd place for Pierre Gasly.
Top job, my friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you've pulled through. Thank you.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today. And now let's take
So results then, 2nd place, which is the joint best with Silverstone, best result of the season, and Nico Rosberg wins. From myself, Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas with a strong showing in 4th, from Perez, Massa. I think Magnussen gets 8th place there for the Renault. I think that's only their 2nd lot of points of the season. Verstappen's only retirement. Onto the championship then. Hamilton still has a big lead over Rosberg and Ricciardo. I'm ahead of Max Verstappen now thanks to that engine blowout he had. So up into 4th place, which is a very strong showing. And Magnussen jumps up as well, along with Sergio Perez, jumps about 3 drivers. And into constructors standings, I think Renault are going to make a jump thanks to those points from Magnussen. And it's only, here we go, so Renault have overtaken Haas. Manor is still in 8th after those points that Verlaine got earlier in the season. We're still 4th place for Toro Rosso, but only about 7 points off of Ferrari, I think that is. My screen's pretty blurry, but if I read correctly, that's only 7 points off of Ferrari. So it could be on 3rd place in the championship. Then resource points, we get a few more resource points, not enough for any upgrade at this point. Rivalry we absolutely smashed thanks to Verstappen retiring. But that's going to be the end of this video, so I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then leave a like. If you want to see more, then subscribe to the channel. And this has been J183, and I will see you next time.